Welcome to Rain Yoga. Come onto all fours onto your mat using your strong yogi hands, fingers fanned out wide, all of the hand pushing into the mat, ready for cat-cow. As you drop your chest, breathe in and lift your tailbone up to the ceiling. As you breathe out, curl your spine, push up between your shoulder blades. Breathe in, cow pose. Breathe out, cat pose. One more time, breathe in for cow pose. Breathe out for cat. And then come back to a neutral spine and lift your knees up from the ground. Breathe in and out slowly. And then come back, curl your toes behind you for stability, and turn your fingers outwards and back as far as is comfortable and rock back and forth to warm up the wrists. Feel free to sit back on your heels here and just roll out the wrists, one way and then the other. Maybe even back and forth. And then bring your forearms down to the mat. Curl your toes behind you and push your hips up and back high for dolphin pose. Work on trying to squeeze your elbows together and push into the mat. Breathe. Before slowly and carefully coming up to your hands for down dog. Feel free to pedal at your ankles, pedal at your legs, and push your chest towards your thighs. Then I want you to work on moving your shoulder blades up and down your back. Push away from the mat to bring your shoulders towards your ears and then let them drop back down. If at any point you need to sit on your heels and roll out your wrists, that's fine. Before coming forward to plank pose. Now we'll work on dropping and lifting our chest. Whilst in plank pose, roll out the wrists whenever you need to. And then when you're ready, come to the top of your mat. We'll do a few rounds of sun salutation here. You can take your knees down to the mat if you need to. Breathe in, mountain. Breathe out, forward fold. Breathe in, halfway lift. Breathe out, forward fold, plank. Drop your knees if you need to. Come down halfway, chaturanga. Breathe in, upward facing dog. Breathe out, downward facing dog. Breathe in, look up. Breathe out, jump to forward fold. Breathe in, halfway lift. Breathe out, forward fold. Breathe in, mountain. Breathe out, prayer. And again, breathe in, mountain. Breathe out, forward fold. Breathe in, halfway lift. Breathe out, forward fold. For plank, lift your right leg up. Chaturanga. Breathe in, upward facing dog. Breathe out, downward facing dog. Breathe in, look up. Breathe out, jump to forward fold. Breathe in, halfway lift. Breathe out, forward fold. Breathe in, mountain. Breathe out, prayer. And again, breathe in, mountain. Breathe out, forward fold. Breathe in, halfway lift. Breathe out, plank, and we'll lift the left leg this time, chaturanga. Breathe in, upward facing dog. Breathe out, downward facing dog. Breathe in, look up. Breathe out, jump to forward fold. Breathe in, halfway lift. Breathe out, forward fold. Breathe in, mountain. Breathe out, prayer. Well done. Shake it off. And we'll squat down now for Malasana. Knees apart, hands together. Put your elbows inside your knees. Rock side to side if you need to loosen up. Lift the chest. Push it forward. Breathe. Pause here if you need to warm up some more. Do it again. If not, there's an option to try crow pose here. You can use a block for your forehead for stability, put a cushion under your face, or bring the block back underneath your feet if necessary. Remember those yogi hands here? Feet are hip distance, hands are hip distance. We want our forearms to be straight up from the mat. Knees behind the upper arms. And we're not going to jump up into this pose, just lean forward. Gaze out in front of you. Try it with one foot first, and then the other. And if you feel steady enough, you can try it with both feet. Pause the video here if you would like to play around with crow for a little bit. Otherwise, we will start working on clown pose. Yogi hands again, forearm straight up. And your head will become in between your hands and forward in a kind of triangle shape. We'll work on bringing our hips above our chest and stacking as much as we can by walking forward, and then putting our knees on the back of our arms. You can lift one foot at a time here again, or if you feel steady enough, both feet. There's also an option to try to stack your body parts here and lift one leg straight up to the ceiling and then the other. Pause the video here, and when you're ready to cool down, take your legs wide, sit on your heels, walk your arms forward, bring your head to the mat, child's pose, and relax. Breathe. Well done. Namaste.